What if one of the most powerful and dangerous objects in human history was never lost at all? Not stolen, not destroyed, not forgotten by time. What if it was hidden on purpose? The Ark of the Covenant wasn't just a religious artifact. According to the Bible, it was a physical meeting place between God and man. A box that carried divine presence. A box that killed people who touched it. A box that stopped rivers, leveled walls, and terrified entire armies. And then it vanished. No recovery story, no return account, no final chapter. Just silence. So what happened to it? Most people picture the Ark like something from a movie, but the biblical description is far more intense. The Ark was a gold-covered chest that held three objects: the stone tablets of the Ten Commandments, Aaron's staff that budded, a jar of manna from the wilderness. But what made it dangerous was not what was inside. It was what rested above it. The mercy seat. The place where God's presence was said to dwell. This wasn't symbolic language in the biblical narrative. When the Ark moved, armies won battles. When it was mishandled, people died instantly. When it entered enemy territory, entire cities panicked. This was treated like a real, physical source of power, not metaphor, not legend. And then something strange happens in the biblical timeline. It stops being mentioned. The last clear biblical reference to the Ark is before the Babylonian destruction of Jerusalem in 586 BC. After that, nothing. When the Babylonians destroyed the temple, they took sacred objects, but the Ark is never listed. Not in Babylonian records, not in biblical exile accounts, not in later temple inventories. Which is strange, because if it was destroyed, that would have been recorded. If it was captured, that would have been recorded. But instead, the most powerful object in Israel's history simply disappears from the story. That creates four main possibilities, and each one has problems. Some believe invading forces took it: Babylonians, Egyptians, another unknown power. But there's a major issue. Every time the Ark was captured in the Bible, disaster followed. Plagues, death, panic. Enemies usually rushed to return it, and yet no empire ever claims ownership. No museum, no record, no trophy. For something that powerful, silence is strange. Another theory says it was destroyed with the temple, burned, melted, lost in rubble. But again, the Bible is detailed when sacred objects are destroyed, and this one mattered more than all the others. The Ark represented God's covenant. If it was destroyed, that would have been one of the most important moments in biblical history. Yet there is no verse that says it happened. No lament, no mourning, no explanation. Just absence. There is a long-standing Ethiopian tradition that the Ark was taken to Aksum. They claim it is guarded to this day. No one is allowed to see it. One priest for life is assigned to guard it. Outsiders are forbidden. But there is no independent verification, no testing, no inspection, no proof, just tradition. Which makes it fascinating, but unconfirmed. This is where things get interesting. Jewish tradition says priests hid sacred items before the Babylonians arrived. Some sources claim it was hidden beneath the temple. Others say it was taken to secret chambers. There are even ancient writings that suggest God Himself instructed that it be concealed. Not lost, protected, because of something coming. Here's the shift. What if the Ark was never meant to exist forever in public view? The ark represented God's physical presence among a specific people at a specific time. But later, biblical theology shifts. God's presence is no longer centered on a box. It moves to people. The ark was no longer necessary for that role. Now imagine this. If the ark still existed today, it would not bring worship. It would bring control, power, political ownership, religious conflict, global obsession. It would become a weapon, a symbol to dominate, not to worship. Something nations would fight over, something people would try to use. Which leads to a chilling possibility. Maybe it was hidden not because God lost it, but because mankind could not be trusted with it. The Bible never celebrates the ark being found. It never promises its return. It never tells us to search for it. It simply fades from the story, almost as if attention is being redirected, from object to relationship, from artifact to faith, from power source to responsibility. Which raises a disturbing thought. What if finding the ark would not be a blessing at all? What if it would be a test? So was it stolen, buried, destroyed, or protected? The Bible records it disappearing. It never records it being found. If it still exists, why would God allow it to remain hidden?